Now, over the past few days, we have seen politicians falling over themselves to explain to us in many words what they believe they've done for this country over the years. Theirs is a quest to convince and many times hoodwink you, the voter, because the election is now just about 9 months away. For many of them, it's about taking credit, even where everybody knows they don't deserve it. And sadly, we believe them. And yes, that is a story for another day. But tonight I'm choosing to celebrate a very different category of Kenyans who toil quietly, almost in complete obscurity, to find solutions that make a real difference in our lives. These Kenyans do not seek attention. They do not seek praise. Instead, their work speaks for them, and their work often saves lives. In the last 24 hours, the world has been celebrating what has been rightly described as the greatest achievement of medicine. The World Health Organization recommending widespread use of the world's first ever successful malaria vaccine. This breakthrough was a result of a 30-year research initiative involving several scientists across the African continent. Now, here in Kenya, where even some of the final trials were conducted, it was the headache of at least 6 leading scientists, all of whom have walked this journey since its inception in the mid-1980s. Yes, more than 30 years of clinical research, never giving up, never despairing, and yes, never calling a public rally to seek sympathy. And I'm moved right now to name these giants of our time and send hearty accolades their way. They include Dr. Bernard Ogutu, the Chief Research Officer at KEMRI and Senior Clinical Trialist with the Malaria Clinical Trials Alliance of the In-Depth Network. Ogutu has authored more than 50 peer-reviewed publications and is respected around the world. Also on the list is Kilifi-based Dr. Patricia Njuguna, one of the principal investigators and a pediatrician by training. The other scientist is the award-winning Dr. Martina Oneko, also of the Kenya Medical Research Institute, who has taken part in several research projects in the search for a malaria vaccine. Another principal investigator was Dr. Simon Kariuki, a chief research officer at KEMRI, Kisumu, with wide experience spanning over 26 years. Also on the team is Dr. Walter Otieno, a senior research officer who leads the KEMRI Center in Kombewa, Kisumu County, and Dr. Lucas Otieno of the Walter Reed Project at KEMRI, Kisumu. Now, these scientists and the teams they worked with stand tall tonight. For over 3 decades, they have searched. They failed and rose again to try the next day, the next month, and the next year. They collaborated from start to finish, never minding about who would get the biggest credit, never asking which part of the country they hailed from, laser focused on their life mission to find a solution to the tragedy that is malaria, a tragedy which kills some 11,000 children each year. These great Kenyans remind us that good work does not have to be shouted about on rooftops. They remind us that noise does not always have to accompany great achievements. They are the embodiment of what is truly great about our country, a land of unparalleled intellectual might and academic excellence, a land of many unsung heroes. Now, the malaria vaccine will, of course, not be the magic bullet against the disease, but it will make a huge contribution that could eventually lead to the end of the killer disease in the whole world. Tonight, I pray that the government will take this latest breakthrough seriously, that this vaccine will be rolled out quickly to protect the millions of Kenyan children who are exposed to the malaria parasite every single day. I pray that Kenyan parents will embrace this new vaccine and avail their children for the jab whenever the plan is rolled out. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be the fitting tribute to these men and women who have forever marked their place in history. For their personal sacrifices, we are the wealthier and the healthier for it. So I urge you tonight to join me in giving 3, or shall we say 6 cheers to these gallant sons and daughters of our land, whose contribution we dare not forget as a country. That is my angle for the week.